Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Happy Tuesday. Market looks delicious on this lovely Tuesday evening. Or Wednesday for some of you. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Absolute legends. Sound off in the chat. Let's go! All right. Woohoo! What's going on, Gourmet Brands Brooklyn? What's going on, Jim Kennedy, Tyler Philly, and Jim Kennedy again? Let's get into some charts, guys. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said Tuesday pump, let's do this. Jim Kennedy said 4 people, 3 legs, something wrong. Tyler said trading makes the game so much more interesting. Philly said, JJ, I have a couple of questions for you that I'd like honest answers on. Don't give me NFA, DYOR. Answer with your awesome opinion. Chewy said 135K soon. Let's go. Jim Kennedy said, let's have a mini alt season. I concur. Hey, look at my beautiful face. What you guys doing? Guys, we are 32 subscribers away from 1,000. The big 1,000. Very exciting stuff. Market is incredibly pumpy. Super stoked about that. I couldn't ask for... Actually, I could. I could ask for a little more pumpage. Let's. These are rookie numbers, guys. We gotta pump these numbers up. Bitcoin currently trading at 104.94.95. Looking good. Bitcoin dominance. Continuing on a downtrend, broke through 62.3 and 62.2. Currently chilling at 62.17. If it breaks below 62, then we might be able to see our next leg down. But so far, so good. Got a pretty hefty rejection at 65.5. And I presume it's going to continue. Let's get back to Bitcoin and refresh our liquidation heat map. Let me clean this bad boy up really quick. All right, let's see where we fall. I did, for the first time in quite some time, had some pizza for dinner, and it was delicious. It was so worth it. Today was a very chill day. We got 25 million at 103.344. And then we got, what do you got for me, Philly, by the way? What do you, like, lay him on me. I'll find him in the chat after I'm done with this. Up above, we got 105, 138. Yeah, we might go down for that liquidation down below. Who knows, though, man? Bitcoin's been, like, uber bullish. We got 102, 720. And one more. I'm going to do that big yellow guy down below. We got 102, 564. Cool, cool, cool. Mr. Roberts said, sup, nut tuggers. Jim Kennedy said, ETH is alive. It's alive! Tyler said, JJ, I'm going to need a phone call sometime, LOL. I have more questions and I hate texting. That's no problem. We can voice chat over Discord. Billy said, JJ, is the 4-year cycle dead? Does a bear market really need a disastrous event to trigger it? Jim Kennedy said, who are the lucky buggers that have moo dang sub 10 cents? Not me. Yeah, meme coins are popping off like crazy. Very exciting stuff to see. That means the retail is probably on their way back in. Bitcoin 104, 126.99. Chewy said, pull my fib. Philly, is the 4-year cycle dead? That is an excellent question. I think there's a possibility. So the 4-year cycle would dictate that 2025, right now, this current year, would be the bull market. That does not mean that the 4-year cycle is dead. However, Now let's actually go back. Let's go back. Let's go back and look. Let's back test this. Because the 4-year cycle states that 2025 should be our peak. Actually, I don't even need to go back. We hit our peak in 2021. And we came down from there. 2022, and from 2021 forward, when we hit our peak, it was all downhill from there. If we peak in 2025, then the 4-year cycle is still alive. Now, here's where all of that kind of gets thrown into whack. I predict, I guess I have a concept, an idea. Bitcoin did top already a couple of times. It did top early, though. It topped pre-halving, and I believe pre-2025. So the 4-year cycle being dead, that's not necessarily true. I believe that Bitcoin just reached a fair valuation. I also, though, I enjoy the concept of the extending cycle diminishing returns. So the 4-year cycle might become the 5-year cycle, or it might literally just go to 6. Who knows? But I don't know if we're going to see a 90% downturn this time around. But again, we should always prepare for that. It really depends on what's going to happen with the political landscape, the trade markets, all that stuff. But we are reaching like an apex of tokenization and adoption within blockchain and cryptocurrency as a whole that I don't think we're even able to like mentally capacitate at the moment. Like it's unfathomable what amount of money could pour into the space theoretically. So we're just gonna have to kind of watch and see how it plays out. Chewy summed it up. 4-year cycle not yet invalidated. What's your opinion on XRP bull market target? That I have no opinion on. It might flip ETH, which would be hilarious. Tom Solix said, holy memes, Batman. Mr. Roberts said, JJ, have you ever seen Letterkenny? It's a TV show out of a small town, Ontario. That's where Nut Tugger line comes from. It's a hilarious show. I feel like I have. I definitely know the name for some reason. Jim Kennedy said, I don't think so. Even the stock market flows the election cycle. I just might get a left translated cycle here and there. Also, volatility and returns will diminish. But what do I know? Tyler said, if you have a 20x leverage, how long do you usually long? 20x, if it's anything double digit, I'm usually babysitting and closing it within the next, within 24 hours. My forever long trades are always single digit, like 4 to 8x at the most. And I leave those open for like weeks at a time. Jim Kennedy said, stay away from leverage crackheads. It's to each their own. Shanamac said, I'm here. What's going on, Shanamac? Tom Solix Goat said, nah, y'all need to sell later in the year. Don't be screaming Supercycle. You're going to be burned. Bro, Letterkenny is pure comedy. Chewy said, sell by August. Thank me later. Guys, go on to Netflix and watch Tires with Shane Gillis. It is so funny. Nobody talks about it. I think somebody in the Discord mentioned it like months ago. And it wasn't even like, oh my God. They were like, this show is funny. And I turned it on and it was like comedy genius. I was like, what? Why isn't anybody talking about this? Can you teach me this power? It was amazing. Highly recommend. Bitcoin chilling, 104, 187. Let's go through the charts, guys. ETH is up 7.33%, blast into the upside. We do have a trend line here that was previous support turned resistance. This one was a big deal that we broke below for me. It looks like it's going to get back above it, no problem. This is from October 2023, not August. October 2023. Finally working its way up there. In my opinion, this is another scenario of ETH reaching fair valuation. So when people are like, oh my gosh, ETH went to 25 grand. I'm not saying it's going to go there. But if it does get crazy bullish, they're going to be like, I didn't see it coming. It's because it should never have gotten to $1,600 or $800 or whatever the low was. It should never have gotten that cheap. Right here, in my opinion, 2,800, this should have been the low. Everyone's miserable and bearish because ETH is only $2,800. I feel like a lot of alts are about to do that, and then retail's going to arrive. Everything's going to 10, 15, 20x, and everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, I never imagined it would have gotten that high. That's because all of the money is sidelined right now. Look at this volume. Look at this gigantic spike in volume. This is like 3 times the volume that we just had like a week ago. That's ridiculous. With great volume comes great price action. Sold is up 5.97%, blasting to the upside, 184.69. This thing's also absolutely shredding. Broke above the blue trend line, which was a previous resistance, turned support, turned resistance again. We struggled at our neckline from our all-time high inverse head and shoulder breakout. Broke above that. As soon as we broke above that and retested it, it was game on. We broke above the blue trend line, retested that, and now we're heading towards 200, which is a beautiful psychological level. That, in my opinion, is our next stop. We'll see what happens. Total 3 up 2.04% on the day. Also blasting to the upside. We have yet to break through our local high of, what is that? 941 and 941.26 billion. As soon as we break above that, see if we get some further upside. ADA's up 1.88% on the day. Little break above. So ADA was struggling at this yellow trend line, which was a pretty decent resistance line since December of 2024. Resistance, resistance, resistance. We broke above it for a quick second on the strategic crypto reserve news, and then resistance again. Finally broke above it. Now that we're above it, we'll see if we can make our way above $1. $1 is what I'm looking at for Cardano to continue to remain bullish. As of right now, though, I'm enjoying the price action. RSI is moving down. Price is moving up, or it's trying to, which is great. We got 2 confirmed red dots, which seem to have played out. Momentum wave is chilling in the middle. Everything looks good. SNEK is down 1.11% on the day as well. Our fractal played out beautifully. I don't know where you want to put it to where it counts as played out, but I'm happy with it. Chilling at 39. 40 is going to be resistance, and then 43 is my next target after that. We'll see where we go from there. XRP 1.95% on the day. Green trading at 259.34, looking good. We're above 257.19. We're above 250. In my opinion, as long as we stay above this and we don't do a little double top M kind of scenario, we probably head into 275 next. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what plays out. HBAR up 0.88% on the day. This thing's just waiting to wake up. We had a beautiful little blast, little chop. Is this a flag? It's probably some kind of flag. It's going to break out to the upside. Once we get above 22.41, 22.041 with conviction, 26.5 is my next target. Let me check the chat really quick. We got 26 minutes until the daily close contest, by the way. Chewy said nothing will 10x from here. Yeah, okay. Tyler said, do you pay taxes on your leverage trades or just say F it, LMAO? Always pay taxes. Jay Shear 2.0 said, I missed my family. We are finally reunited. Nice. Chewy said JJ rates his leverage trades off. Yeah, you gotta. Oh, right. That was a good one. You gotta pay your taxes. Just pay the damn taxes. Don't worry about it. Cause then in 5 years you'll be like, oh my god, all my money just got came for the tax money. What do I do? You should have just paid your taxes. Like, you're gonna be sitting there for 2-3 years like, haha, suckers. All those idiots are paying their taxes. And then eventually your home and your boat and your car are all gonna be taken away because you owe the IRS $750,000. And you're not gonna know what to do. Just pay the taxes. Not financial advice. It's just easier that way. Billy said JJ. Okay, how about Sol? What's your guess of peak bull market target? I like 1K for Sol. I do. Chewy, you about to get timed out, sucker? Philly said everything will 40x. Fahid said when ETH 10K. Tyler said, is it a pain or does Bitunix give you a statement? That's a great question. I have no idea. I think that you can, there's like a backdoor API or APR, AP, I forget the term. There's a 3-letter thing that you download and you submit to like TurboTax or whatever, and then it just kind of like auto sorts everything for you. Mr. Roberts said I pay most taxes. Sweet is up 2.25% on the day, looking good. Chilling above $4, which is exactly what we want to see next target, in my opinion, if we hold these with conviction. It's showing a little bit of weakness at 391, but we'll see. 438, next target. Pretty decent upside from here. If you look, we blasted up, chop, Little downturn, blast it up, chop, maybe it gets a little downturn, and then blast up again. We'll see. We will see what happens. Ondo up 1.32% on the day. Ondo is struggling a little bit at this purple trend line. It found some nice support at 84.84. A little inverse head and shoulder action, got it above 90 and 95. And then it struggled again at the purple trend line. Below, above, below, above, below. Is it going to get back above? We got a nice wick saying otherwise. People are selling right here. But it's just a small little wick. Volume hasn't really returned, which is crazy. Momentum wave is almost entirely reset. RSI is at the halfway point, which is great. So there's potential for upside. There's also equal potential for downside, but we'll have to see. If it shows strength and breaks through the purple trend line, resistance at 109, retests the purple trend line, and then breaks above 109, then we could see 120. But we'll see what happens. Aerodrome up 1.38% on the day. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining. Happy Tuesday. The new episodes of Andor come out today, and I do believe that they are the final 3 episodes of the entire series, which is crazy. I'm definitely going to make popcorn and like binge watch every single episode. I'm super stoked. Aerodrome. Chewy built, I think, 3 additional houses by buying the bottom of this thing. And we played it out perfectly. We got our little W, we got our little M, we got our halfway point pullback, and then it blasted to the upside, showing some strong resistance at 76. And we do have kind of a descending channel almost going on now. Very interesting price action here. So we'll see if it breaks above 76 with conviction. We can get a retest and then continuation. Then my next target would be 96, but 76 is proving to be quite the resistance. Should have relatively decent support right where it's at because of this previous peak flipping into support, but it broke below it and played around it a couple of times already, so I'm not sure how strong it is. Yeah, the resistance at 76 is pretty strong, so if it can't get above it, we already did like the midpoint pullback, it might have to go all the way down to 62. We'll see what happens. Market's getting a little spicy though, so we might be seeing some crazy upside this week. We'll have to watch and listen. Render is doing good as well, up 2.85%. Alts are heating up. They're just getting started, up 2.85%. Currently trading at 531.81. Looking good. It is sitting above 523.83 and $5 in general. This also has kind of that descending, broadening wedge kind of thing going on. We'll see if that's a flag or what it turns out to be. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. It looks like an M, but it didn't come like, it didn't do the typical like MW thing. It did the M, and then it bounced, and now it's right back at like the 3 hits to the upside. Maybe that's what it is, and then we're gonna get a pretty decent pullback. I don't know. It's anyone's game right now. We got 20 minutes until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Chance for everybody to win $100. If you're unfamiliar with the rules, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that you've been here. If you are new, please consider subscribing. I just saw a statistic earlier for my analytics. 11% of my views last week came from Japan, which is badass. That's pretty freaking cool. Polkadot looks good as well, up 2.58% on the day. Currently trading at 519. A break above 525 would make me happy. It seems to be struggling there as well. Little 3 hits to the upside again. Everything kind of looks similar right now. What's nice about Polkadot is there's a huge uptick in volume. Volume on the chart, though, is relative to the other volume on the same chart. I don't think that this has nearly as much volume as the other coins that we've looked at. I think that this is just catching up to where the other coins are, which is nice. Philly said, if Sol goes to 1K, I will buy merch. Tom Selkscoat said, Konnichiwa, bitches. What's going on, Tom Selkscoat? But yeah, Polkadot looks good. 520. As long as it's holding above $5, I'm happy. We could see it come back down again. I do have this general trajectory concept drawn out, so I would not be mad if it did this. That makes sense. And then I see this eventually getting to new all-time highs. So we'll see what happens. It has deviated from this before, which we've seen, but there's a general concept with the trajectory that hopefully plays out. JShear 2.0 said thoughts on Lightlink LL ETH Layer 2 with CP Group. That's a bad that's a bad, what is that, an acronym? Whatever. Those are bad initials. Animoca Brands Partnership. CP Group, I don't want any affiliation with. They need to fix that and then get on top of marketing. Somebody needs to talk to like public relations. Caspa. Caspa is doing great. This thing is shredding to the upside, up 8.11% on the day. It got a little rejection at 13, but came back down, grabbed some liquidity at 10, blasted right back up to 12.6, and it's chilling above 12.55 right now. If it can hold this, I'm looking for 14.42 to call me a fool. Yeah. Do you know what I'm referencing, Jay Shear? That is the abbreviation that everyone uses online when they're discussing like people who get in trouble for having that stuff on hard drives. You know what I'm talking about? Mr. Roberts, a Japanese audience, that's cool, dude. 11% is like 100 dudes, yeah. That's more than have ever seen my face. Actually, yes, I got about 1,000 views last week, so yeah. All right. Yeah, Caspa looks good. Hopefully we don't get toppy here. Increased volume looks great. Momentum wave is not quite resetting, but the RSI looks okay right now. Keep in mind it was overbought right here earlier on the RSI, and now it's not, and it's at the same price, which is great. Yeah, Jay Shear said, "Oh shoot, I'm slow." Chewy said, "ADA is Japanese gambling." It used to be. It was originally launched as a casino coin concept in Japan, which I mean seems to have worked for marketing over time. Avalanche is up 3.87% on the day, also blasted into the upside, potential triple top here. This one's relatively flat, which is nice. You got 1, 2, 3 hits right here. If it can break through 26 with conviction and get above this blue trend line, then Avalanche has a pretty decent runway to the upside after that. It's chilling at 25.77 at the moment. It's above 25, which is huge for me. We'll look at this blue line, though, and hope that it breaks above that. After the blue line, the green line is going to be relevant as well. Keep an eye on both of these, though. So far, so good. Tyler said, "I want toppy, but my wife doesn't love me anymore." 25.79. Yep. Yeah. So we had a little pullback for liquidity right here and right here. Maybe we're going to break to the upside and everything will look good. RSI is chilling. Momentum wave chilling. Mr. Roberts said, "If we say Japan enough in the stream, would the algorithms show up for more those IP addresses? Can we get you in Australia? Have we kept trying Australia? I love Australia." We have had an Australian viewer. I don't remember. Is it Dave? It might be Dave. There's somebody that is like a regular that lives in Australia. Because I remember talking about it very early on. I think it might be Dave. I'll have to ask him. Chainlink also blasting to the upside, up 4.12% on the day, looking good. Triple top on this as well, but it is ascending, which is great. So we have, I don't know, what is that, an ascending broadening wedge? Technically, right there it is. But we'll see how that plays out. RSI is reset. Yeah, way back here. It was overbought right here. Now it's not. Momentum wave is chilling. We're chipping away at 17.5. If we break above 17.5 and hold above that with conviction, then again, we got a pretty decent runway to the upside, just like Avalanche. Avalanche and Chainlink charts, they don't look too dissimilar. I don't know why it makes me zoom out like that every time. They got this pretty decent peak, and then the valley, and we're climbing out of the valley, slowly but surely. You know, now that I zoom out on this, I see a textbook inverse head and shoulders. Is there a neckline? It's a sloppy neckline. Let's call it this. Yeah, we broke that. Lovely. So if I'm being frugal with my target, looking for 18.5. Not financial advice. We'll see what happens. Chewy said manifest JJ on Machu Picchu. I don't know what that is. Jay Shear said, I get it, Philly. Dave is UK. Is he? No, he's not. Is he really? He might be. I don't remember. Man. You guys know I don't remember. We got a nice uptick in volume. Some confirmed red dots that seem to have played out as well. Momentum wave is shifting up. RSI is nicely reset. Or not reset. It's just not overbought anymore. So, Chainlink looks good. Poised for some potential upside. Tyler said, did you see ADA textbook Wyckoff? I did not. I will have to take a look at that. OP is up 8.37% on the day. Got a little rejection at 92.4. Broke below 84.6 after holding it as support for a minute. And then retested 76.9. Bounced beautifully above that. And then used the purple trend line as a springboard to blast up towards 92.4. It's currently trading at 89.4. If it can get above 92.4 with conviction, then $1 is my next target. OP looks good though. As long as it's above the purple trend line, I am happy. Doge is up 4.34% on the day. Doge has kind of a flag. Yeah, that's definitely 100% a flag. Target potential, not financial advice. Could be. I like to be frugal. Let me be frugal. I'll go down here. Target maybe 30. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Looking for a potential 30-cent Doge if we get a breakout confirmation. Currently trading at 24.06. It is above 24 right now. I'm not sure what the red lines are, but I know that my green lines are my points of confluence. So as long as it stays above 24, I'm happy. But it does seem to be getting a little weak when it gets up here. So I want to see a break above that. RSI looks great. Momentum wave looks great. Red dot played out. Beautiful. Polygon pole up 1.72% on the day. This thing broke below 23.8. Broke below 22. Rejected. We had a little halfway point liquidity grab. Rejection. Liquidity grab. Bounce. Blast off above 23.86. Above 25.67. And it played around 25.67, little halfway point liquidity grab there as well. And right now it actually looks like it's holding above 26 or 25.67. If it stays above that with conviction, then we could see potential 29.9. We'll see what happens. Philly said Chainlink has been one of my most profitable. JJ, you're such a clown. Machu Picchu is in Peru. Jay Shear said, I don't know if JJ is that cultured. Oh, Peru. Let's look this up. What is the population of Peru? 33.85 million. How many white people in Peru? 5.9% of them. What is 5. It says 1.3 million people. I'm white. I don't think people in Peru give a crap about some ginger Midwest white guy. And if I went down there, would crisp up so bad. Not to mention I would have to take an airplane, which I hate. If there's Peruvian people in America, then I have not met any. But I'm not going to Peru. I'm not going to Mexico. I'm not going to Spain. I'm not going anywhere that requires an airplane. I might go to Mexico. I like Mexico. Mexico's part of the same continent. I'll go to Canada. If I can get to South America, then I'll go to South America. But I got to be able to get to it by car. Maybe a boat. I might do a boat. I will not do an airplane. You will get me on like a ship going across the ocean before you get me on an airplane going anywhere. Literally anywhere. Chewy said JJ thought Georgia was the Amazon jungle. I wish Georgia was the Amazon jungle. The roads would have been better in the Amazon jungle. Georgia roads were the dumbest roads I've ever driven on in my entire life. They're so like, I don't even know how to describe it. Can like the engineering for a road be bougie? Because the entire system was web-based around Georgia. They're like, Georgia, is the center location, or Atlanta, I'm sorry. Atlanta is the center location in all of Georgia. Everything revolves around Atlanta. And you couldn't do anything. You could not do anything without having to go around Atlanta, or you had to go through it and just be miserable and suffer through the traffic, which I will say, traffic was not that bad. It sucked sitting in. The people weren't bad though. I kind of drive like a grandma. Out of necessity, my van has like 14-inch tires. And it's a 4-cylinder, so give me a little bit of a break. But the people did not. I had no problem with the people. The people were wonderful. The roads, though, if I ever meet somebody and they're like, "Oh, I engineered some of the roads around Georgia, around Atlanta," I would punch them in the head. I would punch them in the head, not in the face, in the head, to cause a little bit of brain damage, to like bring them down a notch. So that way they're like, "Oh, grid road, good. Web road, bad. No web road. Grid road." And then they'll fix, hopefully, or at least maybe design something better down the road somewhere else. Stay away from Atlanta. Not financial advice. All right. Near looks strangely similar to Polygon. Near actually looks really good. It's above $3, which is awesome. My next target for near is 359 if it continues to the upside. RSI looks beautifully reset. Momentum wave is reset. Red dot played out. Looks poised for some more potential upside. Chili's up 2.51% on the day. Ooh, look at that. See, Chili's is my coup de grace. I don't know if that's the right word. My cream of the crop right now. I think that's literally a coup. Let me see. A final blow to put an end to suffering. Okay, yeah, it was not my coup de grace. Maybe it was. Put an end to suffering portfolios, maybe. My swan song. Chili's at the moment is my swan song. Beautiful WM pullback to the halfway point. Blast off. Called this, literally at this point right here on May 2nd. We called this WM. I put this purple line here. And you could not have hit the purple line any better. Look at how close it got. I did not move this. I just put it here. It is in an arbitrary spot. I put it at the halfway point. 3748. This candle. Look at that. Hold on. Kind of mind blowing right here. Look at the low point right here. Look at this number. 3748. What? That's crazy. Chili's, beautiful pattern played out wonderfully. It's currently trading at 49.91. If it can get above 5, then I mean the sky's the limit after that. 51.15 is like vague resistance. I guess we should start putting lines on here. We're definitely gonna have resistance here at 53.55. Looking for what else? Resistance probably here, 63.47. There's got to be a halfway point. There's no way it's just going to go straight up. Definitely right here, 57.69. And I guess I'll go right there. Yeah. So those are our next targets. If Chili's continues to be bullish, it's at 49.92 right now. It looks good. RSI is back below overbought. So you do have some bearish div happening, though. So keep that in mind. RSI is down while the price is up. That is bearish div textbook. But I think there's bullish div too, technically. Well, maybe not. No bullish div yet. Interesting. Okay. So red dot played out. Little pullback, liquidity grab to the halfway point in between 49.94 and 41.44. That beautiful bounce up to 50. I don't know, next target 53.55. If we can get above and hold above 5, then looks good. Silver got a little bit choppy today. MicroStrategy just looks amazing. I have no words for MicroStrategy. This is a beautiful chart. I said this was going to explode to the upside. Exactly what it did before. Little choppy chop explosion. Little choppy chop explosion. That's literally what's happening. Can't make this stuff up. What cracks me up is all the people on Reddit, all the people on Twitter, they're like, Sailor's gonna get liquidated. What an idiot. I wouldn't touch this stock with a 10-foot pole. Well, now you're poor. So, that's kind of hilarious. Michael Saylor's literally gonna poop on your grave because you're gonna die from how poor you are. That's so fucked up. That's so dark. DXY got a little bit dumpy today. Interesting. NASDAQ, very pumpy. And S&P, also very pumpy, looking good. Coinbase got added to the S&P 500. Did they get added, or are they going to? It's pretty much confirmed. I don't know if they've actually been added yet or not. I don't know the intricacies of that. You know, we've seen how long it takes for them to approve an ETF. Lord knows how long it would take for them to add something to the S&P 500. Although maybe that doesn't involve the SEC or the government. Maybe that's just them like pressing a button, which would be nice. That's how the entire government should operate. But who knows, man? Who knows? Let's see. Okay, let me go back in the chat. Coup de what? It's coup de grace. It's literally a coup. Chewy. Coup de grace. That's like the full term for a coup. I think. Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. That the definition didn't necessarily say like taking over something. But I don't know. Clint said it's not the same thing. Oh man, the stream is fire tonight. Yeah, see, I don't know if it's the same thing. I don't think it is. It sounds similar. It's the same. The first word is the same as the other word. Philly said Lima, Peru, direct flight, Newark, New Jersey to Lima's 8-hour seat. Yeah, that is like 7 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds too long for me. Mr. Robert said, anyone ever try to drive the 401 series of highways up here? Most brutal ever. Oh, we got less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest. You guys are going to have to say all of that fun stuff again because it's time. It is time. Bitcoin currently trading at 104, 235, 237, and 90 cents. Make sure you guys get your guesses ready. Move my little window up. Bam. And it is time. Okay. Tyler said JJ. 4-5. Philly said a bunch of stuff. He said JJ is so hilarious and great at his job. I hate Peru. That's kind of crazy, Philly. I thought that your wife was from there. Mr. Robert said, what do you think about moving the entry time to 15 minutes before close? Can we have a vote? Mr. Roberts, if you are a channel member, you can submit yours up to 1 hour early. So, yeah, there's that. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Philly said, I remember most of the roads. Who cares? Mr. Roberts also said the same thing. Chewy, I didn't mean who cares in a rude way. I meant who cares in like, I can't read this right now. I have to try and get to the daily close contest. Tyler said, Ada. Hoff said, no on Chili's yet. I already went through Chili's. It's amazing. Tyler said 2017 to now Wyckoff chart. Hoff said, I missed Tools segment. Philly said, Chewy to JJ's basement. I don't have a basement. I have an apartment. Mr. Robert said, who's doing haikus haiku? Whoa. Did I say Philly? I meant to say Mr. Roberts. Philly said, Mike, you're a tool segment. And Hoff said, LMAO, crying, laughing emoji. And we got some daily close contest submissions. Let's go. We got Chewy coming in with 104, 22222. We got Dremmer with 104, 15452. We got Hoffs with 104, 13333. We got Tom Selleck's Goat. You know, you'd think working on computers for 20 years of my life, I would be able to like type with like accuracy and speed. My brain don't work. Tom Selleck's Goat with 104, 300 even. Billy said, JJ, my wife is from Peru. Mr. Roberts with a guess of 104, 276.99. Jishu 2.0 said, oh shit! Fahid. With a guess of 104.06969. Nice. Jay Shear 2.0 said, sorry, Chewy. I don't know what you're sorry about. Janamax said, let's see. Shanamac with a guess of 104.09.11. Shanamac, you got to fix that, my friend. I'm going to assume you meant 009? Maybe 90? I don't know. Shanamac, you got to fix your number. Otherwise, I'm just going to assume that it's $10,409. Tyler. With a guess of 104.33333. Chewy said, you good, bro? Quick brunch. With a guess of 104.150. Jay Shear said, did that pop up? No. Guys, we got 1 minute, 55 seconds remaining on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Shanamac, your guess right now is 10,000 something. Jay Shear, okay, there we go. I got you, Shanamac. I got you. Shanamac and Jay Shear both coming through. Shanamac with a guess of 104.009.11. And Jay Shear 2.0 with a guess of 104.322.69. Very nice. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, sorry guys, I gotta jump. Have a good night. Take it easy. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn, I appreciate you for stopping by and smashing the like button. Jay Shear said, bet. Holy shit, LOL. 104.244 from Mr. Clint's Corner. 104.244. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got room for one more, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Room for one more. Anyone can participate. Only one will win. There's 43 seconds left for you to guess, unless you are a Cornerville Chad, which is our tier 3 channel member, which allows you to guess up to 1 minute after the deadline. Philly coming in with a... Is that a change? Did Philly not guess? What? I had no idea. Philly coming in with a 104.069.75. What? He said, eat a dick, Fahid. Mr. Fahid has 10 seconds to respond. Two, one. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Time's up. Let's see what happens. Bitcoin currently trading at 104.227.16. Cheers, guys. I will say, one of these days, somebody's going to screw over Fahid by like 10 cents, and Fahid is going to nail it. He's going to get the exact number. He's going to be the first person to get the exact number. And he's going to win $100. And everyone's going to be like, oh! Oh! No one's going to know even what happened. Let's sort these bad boys. We got Mr. Tyler with 104.333.33. We got Jay Shear 2.0 with 104.322.69. Nice. We got Tom Selleck's Goat with 104.300 even. We got Mr. Roberts with 104.276.99. We got Clint's Corner with 104.244 even. We got Chewy with 104.222.22. We got Dremmer with 104.154.52. We got Quick Brunch with 104.150 even. We got Hoffs with 104.133.33. We got Philly Driver with 104.69.75. We got Fahid with 104.69.69. Nice. We got Shanamac with 104.009.11. Hoff said, don't ask the Cornerville Chad question. Chewy said, better than gay Chad. Philly said, JJ, I just did that now. I'm up 6 cents higher than Fahid. That's what I'm saying. Everyone always goes after Fahid because he's number one, but there's a reason he's number one. It's because he knows. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes remaining on the clock for the daily close. Bitcoin is currently trading at 104,238.09. Our liquidation points are quite far from this on the 1 minute time frame. Could you imagine being on the 1 minute time frame when we get like those crazy like 2-3% candles, like those Bitcoin God candles? You know how crazy that would be? Because it would go off the chart. You would literally just see a candle go bam, and you'd be like, oh, you'd freak out. Hoff said, what if gay Chad is good looking? I don't know. Philly, not Philly. Chewy is potentially in the closet. 150 or 7:57. We got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock for the daily close. Did Fahid just submit his guess and peace out? All right, here it is. Bitcoin currently trading at 104,148.67. If we were to close right here, 133. Whoa. Hoff's is over by like 17, 18 cents, I think. It is currently Philly's match. Oh, it's very close. Okay, now it's in Hoff's court. Nope, that's not true. It's at Quick Brunch. Quick Brunch is officially in the lead with 1 minute and 27 seconds left on the clock. Franco seems like the type. When did Franco get involved? 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. 104, 121 and 25 cents, which is Philly's game. 104, 121, 25. There it is. 60 seconds left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final minute. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. 104, 122, 72. Just below Hoff's. Damn. That's a close little clump you guys got there. 40 seconds left on the clock. 104, 122, 104, 113, 37. Still Philly's court at the moment. 30 seconds left on the clock. 104, 113, 37. Is it going to pump or dump? You guys are saying pump. 20 seconds left. 104, 117, 99. Still in Philly's court. Or the ball switch teams. 114.07. 8 seconds remaining. 113.45. 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The daily close price for Bitcoin, 104, 103.72, which makes Philly our winner today. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for Philly. Bitcoin's daily close, 104, 103.72. Congratulations, Philly, on your victory. Philly said I haven't won this year yet. I don't know if you won last year either. Congratulations, Philly. Guys, give it up for Philly. This is his first win of 2025 and potentially of ever. 104,069.75. Congratulations, Philly, on your victory. Spam the bananas in the chat for Philly. What's crazy is that would have put Fahid in the lead again. Philly said, Tyler, I was going to copy yours, but I went Fahid. Tyler and Fahid are tied right now for first place. Hoff's in second. And Philly. Fahid said I'd say congrats to Philly, but bruh. Fahid, I will say I was gonna honor your change after the time was up. If you wanted to change it. Just keep that in mind, guys. The time limit is for submission. If you want to change it at the last second because somebody like fucks you over, I might honor it. It is at my discretion. If you change it to fuck somebody else over, then that's that. But if you fuck the guy over that fucked you over, I'm more than likely going to honor it because that's hilarious. Not financial advice, though. Congratulations, Philly, on your victory. Let's get this window out of here. Guys, spam the bananas in the chat for Philly. Let me add Philly to the victors, or the winners, Google Doc. Philly won bragging rights. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll? The winner of the daily close contest today, Philly Driver, with a guess of 104.6975 and an actual daily close of 104.103.72 on May 13th, 2025's prize is a baguette. Congratulations, Philly, on your victory. Enjoy your baguette. After yesterday's extravagant churro extruded, a churro wrapped hot dog with ketchup and mustard that you guys were mostly disgusted by for some weird reason. There are budget constraints today, so we could only afford a day-old baguette, which was 99 cents. Congratulations, Philly, on your victory. Enjoy your baguette. You can share it with somebody. You can keep it all to yourself. You can eat it right now in front of everybody. You can eat it in private. You can do whatever you want with it. It's yours to do with what you please. Drummer said pull a price is right on someone 1 penny over, LOL. He gave him like a 10-cent buffer. Slightly less of a dick move, perhaps more. It's kind of like a backhanded dick move. Is that a thing? I don't know. We just made it up just now. All right. Congratulations, Billy, on your victory, guys. Bitcoin currently trading at 104.28 and 51 cents. What an exciting daily close. Altcoin market's still looking pretty spicy. We got some things up almost 0.25%, which in the stock market world is quite significant. Arrow's up almost 0.5%. SNEK is up 6.6. Very nice. What else do we got? Interesting stuff. All right, we got some articles to go through, guys. Fun stuff. Trump has said the stock market will go higher. That was today. Marty Party gave us a list. JP Morgan sees the next Fed rate cut in December versus September previously. JP Morgan says U.S. recession risk now below 50%. Citi expects the next Fed rate cut in July from June. Goldman Sachs now sees the next Fed rate cut in December from July. Goldman Sachs reduces U.S. recession odds to 35% from 45%. Barclays expects the next Fed rate cut in December from July. Infinity Hedge, according to Infinity Hedge. Wells Fargo expects the next Fed rate cut in September. I can't read. And Bloomberg Economics expects the next Fed rate cut in December. So a lot of September, December. For some reason, people are talking about other months. Who knows? It's all over the place. Dubai has partnered with Crypto.com to accept crypto for government services. Very cool. U.S. stocks have now recovered all their Liberation Day losses. That was yesterday, actually, which is crazy. President Trump and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman just signed a deal bringing over $600 billion in investments to the United States. Very cool. I'm not sure why they're so far away here. It's kind of funny. I do love that big, beautiful room, though. It's very, like, 90s. I don't know, all the cream-colored stuff just kind of cracks me up. Like, look at how gaudy this is. And everywhere is like that. It doesn't matter what country you're in. Every single, like, fancy politician room, kings, queens, politicians, presidents, whatever you name it, has this gaudy decoration, and it cracks me up, dude. But let's go, $600 billion investment. They don't mess around in the Middle East, man. They got a lot of money, too. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman says he's working to increase U.S. investments to $1 trillion. Let's freaking go. What an absolute legend, Giga Chad. President Trump says China has agreed to open up the United States for trade and everything else. Nice. Hyperliquid open interest surges to new all-time high, exceeding $6.7 billion. That is a big number. Let me check the chat really quick. Billy said, Tyler, I'm going to wreck Fahid starting today. Chewy said, bend him over. Philly said, Fahid, I'll use a lube condom. Tyler said, Philly, that makes me happy. You guys are weird. Mr. Roberts said, ew. Yeah, I don't know if I support this. My There's like some weird love triangle happening between my mods, and it's quite alarming. Cointelegraph. Robinhood is acquiring WonderFi, a top Canadian crypto platform, to expand its crypto services across Canada. Fahid is only becoming more powerful. U.S. inflation falls to 2.3%, lower than expectations. Let's do it. Can we do it? Nice. Jack Mahler's 21 Capital buys 4,812 Bitcoin, worth $458 million. See how desensitized we've become to money? I literally read this earlier and I was like, that's nothing. $458 million? You give me $2 million and I could probably retire. Like, it doesn't take that much for me to live day to day. I'll buy a house and the rest of my life I'll just grow my own food. Maybe do some side gigs, but for the most part, the rest of that money would probably last me until the day that I died. And I'm like, $458 million is nothing because I've watched Saylor drop like hundreds of billions of dollars once a week on Bitcoin. So God forbid this like 20-something-year-old kid spends $500 million. I'm like, what a loser. That's a lot of money, bro. President Trump to announce new trade deal after Middle East trip. Let's go. Steak and Shake says that they're going to be accepting Bitcoin soon, apparently, which is crazy. I don't know. Is that crazy? Who knows? Steak and Shake is kind of small. Just Have Fun said, what's up? Big Mouth Rob said, Kowali AI was up today on the Solana block. Nice. We'll have to check that out. What's going on? Just Have Fun. What's going on? Big Mouth Rob, The Simpsons, and I quote, buy crypto dummies, LOL. Nice. Did that just happen? That's actually awesome. Tyler said, I thought you were going to say, grow my own weed, LMAO. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Get a grow license. All right. We got a Trump Truth Social. No inflation. Prices are down across the board, and it's time for the Fed to cut rates like Europe and China. He says too late Powell is hurting America's chances to blossom. So word for word, no inflation in gas price. And prices of gasoline, energy, groceries, and practically everything else are down. The Fed must lower the rate like Europe and China have done. What is wrong with too late Powell? Not fair to America, which is ready to blossom. Just let it all happen. It will be a beautiful thing. Now, what seems to legitimately be happening here, and I did say this, I said, I don't think that Powell can lower rates now because maybe he doesn't want to, because it's going to make it look like he's folding to Trump's demands or Trump's requests, which the Fed is not supposed to do. The problem is he's concerned with that in the first place. He should not give a shit what other people think. And that is also, I think, a defining factor as to why he's not doing anything. He doesn't want to lower rates because Trump thinks and other people think that he should. He's doing it based on the information that he has, and he wants inflation to get to 2%. So 2.3 is not quite 2. So here we are. Next, we got Bitcoin reclaiming $100,000 with strong momentum and no signs of overheating, opening door to a more sustainable rally and new all-time highs, says K33 Research. Let's freaking go. The SEC has delayed the Grayscale Solana Spot ETF. Of course they have. No Bitcoin left on exchanges. Miners aren't selling. A supply shock is brewing. Honestly, if you think about it, if miners could literally just hold onto their Bitcoin, that would like force probably the biggest bull run in history. That's actually kind of hilarious. Especially like, what if they just took loans out against their Bitcoin too to like further like double the amount of time that they can wait? That's kind of awesome. Next, this one was just kind of a lesson in this scenario. Another example of why you should avoid real estate investing and just buy Bitcoin instead. Bitcoin will never need 90K of maintenance and repairs, and you'll never need to find tenants. Now, a lot of people are saying the housing market's not going to crash. And I'm on the fence. I've been on the fence for like 15 years. I've been hearing about, oh, the crash is imminent. Just wait a year. I've been waiting. I lost faith in the concept of a housing market crash. I don't think it's ever going to happen. The population is ever increasing. People are looking for homes. A lot of people have money to be able to buy those homes. The homes are going to get bought. Now, having said that, I'm okay with an interest rate decrease, but there's a lot of this going around, and I've personally witnessed this. A friend of mine has a very large building for sale with like several units, several like apartments that get rented out, and it generates a decent amount of revenue, but she's not making any money. And this is common. Apparently, everywhere this is happening. Chewy's a landlord, so Chewy, if you could offer any insight on this, that would be pretty cool. We got a Reddit post from Real Estate Investing. Feeling defeated and considering throwing in the towel, please help. In October 2023, I purchased a duplex for $305,000 at 7.49%. Things that happened since. One of the properties ended up needing so much repair that I put over $90,000 into it. A set of bad tenants caused $10,000 of damage. The property has never been cash positive, but I was bringing in $2,000 on a $2,400 mortgage. Now my property taxes have raised my mortgage to almost $2,800. I have struggled to rent the properties for the last 3 months and keep pouring money into this duplex. It has never been cash positive, and now my mortgage rate having gone up over $400, it will be best case scenario if I just get the mortgage covered. I feel so defeated and exhausted. The property is sucking all of my money for my 9-to-5 job and all of my energy. I am feeling like I just want to sell and break even. Is there anything else I can do? Any reason I should keep it? I am in Albuquerque, New Mexico. My opinion, I think his interest rate was way too high, and he probably paid way too much money for what he's bringing in. He's probably asking too much, and after those bad tenants, he's probably genuinely not vetting, or maybe he's over vetting them now. He's like has too many restrictions. I have no idea. I'm just throwing out my opinion. I'm not a landlord. My mom and stepdad used to rent out a house, so I have like the most minimal basic insight. See, he's got 4 units though. How is he only what is he charging? Is he charging $500 a unit? What? He needs to charge more. I don't know. It sounds like he got ripped off. If it's only worth $500 a unit, that's crazy. That is crazy. But who knows, man? Who knows? Next, we got alt season incoming. Golden Cross hit. Last time this happened in 2021. Alts went 28,000% up. Jeez. 2025 just did the same. If you fumble this run, you deserve to stay broke. Don't fade the rotation. I mean, I'm not going to say I agree with him, but I kind of agree with him. If you fumble this run, that's on you. We got the Golden Cross in 2021. This is on total 2, I believe. I could be wrong. It might be total 3. It's at 1.67. Hold on. Total 3 is 933. Yeah, I think it is on total 3. So total 3, we just got a Golden Cross, and we're about to go crazy. Last time we got a Golden Cross was right here. Nice. So, exciting stuff ahead, potentially. Not financial advice, of course. Chewy said that dude's dumb money. Yeah, $500 a unit is crazy. That's crazy. We got altcoins total 2, similar to previous cycles. Little wedge scenario. Break above that, and an explosion to the upside. That's exciting. See what happens. Little bull. Upside, wedge, break, bull, upside, wedge, break. That's a long wedge. That's literally a stretch. This is total market cap. Okay, so this is total 2. Interesting stuff. And then last but not least, we finally, Colin Talks Crypto gave us a update. He's looking for 120,000 plus by the end of May. That would be crazy. So April 8th is when we finally started. This is the 81-day offset, and we're currently at 104,247. So it looks like by the end of the month, 120K would be so crazy. That's that big spikes right there, though. And it does deviate, so it doesn't have to do that. It might just do like a gentle rise up to it. So it might take June, July to get to 120K, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm pretty stoked, actually. All right, let's see. Bitcoin is still chilling, 103,991 and 53 cents. Congratulations, Philly, once again on your victory. Big Mouth Rob said, what is XMR? XMR is Monero, which is a privacy coin. Mr. Robert said, fair insight. Chewy said, that dude's dumb money. Yeah. $2,000 for 4 units is crazy. Like, that's got to be like a hotel. He bought like a motel or something. Albuquerque, I guess maybe I got to move to New Mexico. What if he's like, they're only 3-bedroom units? Maybe I should DM that guy. Maybe, whoa, what if that's his genius marketing? Holy crap. What if everyone was like, I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'll gladly rent it out. And then, wow, I didn't even think about that. The reverse psychology there. Holy cow. Maybe he's a marketing genius. All right, Tyler wants to look at ADA Wyckoff. Let's go take a look at our portfolios really quick. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is up almost 10%. We're up 9.4%. Looking good. Still being outperformed by memes, but regardless, everything is in profit except for Proppy and Doge. Proppy's in profit 29 cents, but Aptos is in profit 1%, Ondo 4, Shib 5, Near 6, ADA 7, Sol 9, Fetch 16, and Render 44% in profit on Render. So portfolio is looking good. Memecoin portfolio, I got logged out again every single time. There we go. Okay, Memecoin portfolio post Libra, which is the Argentinian meme coin that everyone said ruined meme coins. Clearly didn't. That was the whole point of this portfolio, by the way, to prove that the people that are like, oh, meme coins are dead now. Thanks, Argentina. Argentina did what everybody else did. Nobody cares. Like, literally, who cares? If you get rugged by a country, that's your own fault. Why did you buy the country's meme coin? Don't be a dummy. This bad boy is in profit 26.6%. Looking good. SNEK is still down, though. SNEK is down. Doge is in profit $3. Giga Chad is in profit $30. Pepe is in profit $103. And Whiff is in profit $150. Absolutely killing it. Let's freaking go. The meme coin portfolio might reach 10K before anything else. Wouldn't that be crazy? And then last but not least, in my opinion, my favorite, I believe it is 14% in profit. So not as good as the meme coin portfolio, but it was the best performer as far as a steady, like, nice, safe increase goes. The narrative portfolio, which is made up of 1 meme coin, 1 gaming coin, 1 artificial intelligence coin, 1 real world asset coin, and 1 decentralized physical infrastructure coin. Everything is in profit, looking good. Pepe is literally up 106%. That is freaking crazy. Let's go. Oh, is it? Yes, it is. Yeah, everything. This is a $500 portfolio from the initial start. So each one only had $100 into it. Pepe's literally doubled. Wow, it's so crazy. So narrative portfolio looking good. All of our portfolios in profit. Let's go take a look at this potential Wyckoff that Tyler's talking. Pull up Wyckoff chart and look from 2017 to now. It's perfect. All right, so I'm going to look at a different ADA chart. Look at that beautiful wedge. Ooh, oh my gosh, look at that. That's a complete accident. Wow. Wow. I mean, you can't deny this beautiful wedge. Are you kidding me? 2017. What are you talking about, 2017? From 2017 to now? What? Are you sure? Are you looking at log or something? I don't know what to do. Mr. Roberts said HQZ. My Doge bag is 0.066 average. I took profits a few times already. Let's go. HQZ said, where are the Doge to $1 moon boys at? Nice. Yes, now pull up a chart. What? Pull up what chart? Zoom in a little more. You said from 2017. Let me see if I can get a transparent Wyckoff chart PNG. Can I make this semi-transparent? Yes, I can. Let's go. Okay. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Tyler. I don't think Wyckoff is meant to go across like the course of like 10 years. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe I'm stupid. That's a little too zoomed out for me. I'm trying to make something work here. I'm just kind of spitballing right now. So if it just looks like I'm fumbling around like an idiot, it's because I am. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't see the Wyckoff. Honestly, the Wyckoff's kind of silly. It's literally, it's just like, it's a zigzag. Am I, am I being overly critical? Like, it's kind of dumb. It's a triple bottom. It's 3 hits to the downside. I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole. I mean, I am an asshole. Wyckoff chart, the whole damn thing. It doesn't work on the whole damn thing, though. What are you talking about, Tyler? Are you? I feel like you're gaslighting me. I'm being gaslit. I'm actively being gaslit right now. That doesn't look anything like it. Read Wyckoff. It makes sense. No, it doesn't. It's just 3 hits to the downside. The whole chart. Mr. Rapper said, we'll all be richer in 10 years, right? Yeah, we'll be good by August of 2026. I don't think it works. I am not buying it. We need a little more volume, a little more price. Like, this went up, and then it went down, and then it went... This is flat. This is the most flat chart. You can't Wyckoff a flat line. I don't know. Chewy said, if you ain't richer in 10 years, you did something very wrong, bro, right? Tyler said, you Wyckoff chart is trash. Hey, man, it's not mine. Talk to... Who is that? 4X... Talk to 4X Op. Is that what that is? Hold on. Yeah, talk to 4X Op. My Wyckoff chart is trash. I think they're all trash, aren't they? Richard Wyckoff rolling in his grave. I mean, his chart's kind of funny, man. Forgive me. You know, respect to the guy. But no, it's not for me. If it fits my narrative, then I'll talk about it, but I'm not gonna tell everybody that it works. It's just kind of funny to me. It's 3 hits to the downside with a lower low. Look at this. Oh, that was an accident. Let's talk about this for a second. You got 1 hit to the downside, a lower low, another lower low, all at the same resistance. This final lower low eventually breaks that resistance, retests it, and continues to the upside. What is special about that? Why does that require its own chart? You know what I mean? Am I being a jackass because he put a couple of things on it? Phase A, B, C, and D. What makes B and C? Why are those unique? It's support and resistance. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a jackass. And, you know, I'm not in Forex. I'm in crypto. So give me a break. I apologize. Whatever your name is, Richard. Is his name Richard? Is his name Richard? His name is Dick Wyckoff. Is his name actually Richard? Please tell me his name is Richard. Philly said Ada is flatter than most of my secondary school girlfriends. Jeez. Mad Peter Pepper said Roaring Kitty. Let's go take a look at Roaring Kitty. Dude, Dick Wyckoff is pretty hilarious. Roar. Let's see if this bad boy's still following my bodacious fractal. Ooh, it looks like it is. Look at that. Ladies and gents, we hadn't looked at this in like 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. So, early, what is that? Let's just call it April. Let's just call it April. Mid-April. For whatever reason, right here, I was like, what if it did this? And I put this fractal on here. I had this beautiful trend line, and I just copy-pasted a fractal. And so far, it is perfectly playing out, which is crazy. It's Dick Wyckoff. His name's Richard Wyckoff. Wow. That's freaking amazing. What a badass. Tyler said, hey, bitch, I sent it to your Discord. Let's see. Oh, gosh. Tyler, you're upsetting me. You didn't send me anything. This is a screenshot. There's no Wyckoff here. This is what he sent to me. I don't get it. That's not from 2017. That's this. So if I put the Wyckoff on that, I don't think that guy knows what a Wyckoff chart is. Is it that? Oh, maybe. Hang on. We're getting somewhere. Maybe that's it. I kind of like that. You know what's really funny about Wyckoff too? Is it just shows the price getting back to the same price. It just shows. It's a video. The video doesn't play. You sent me a photo. Oh. Wait. Why did it open like that in Discord then? I clicked on it and it just opened the picture. Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. No, that's not it. You're making stuff up. This is a Wyckoff. What do you mean you set it to Wyckoff? This is the chart, though. Like, this is what he's showing in the picture. Roaring Kitty looks good. Let's get back to this ADA gate scenario. Okay, I'm gonna open this, but it's gonna play audio, and I don't want it to. So let me mute it. Okay, I'm gonna watch it on my own. You guys can watch me watch this. I don't know if I can listen to it without you guys hearing it. He said, this is my favorite chart, and okay, I'm just going to put it on the freaking screen. You guys can watch it with me. It's not like, if he comes after me, I don't really care. Let's watch this. Let's watch this random guy's TikTok on on my live stream.
ADA.
Here we go.
You guys keep asking me to do ADA, so here is my analysis on ADA. And first off, I'll start with saying, in the macro, this is...
First of all, ADA? Who says ADA? Does he say ETH and BTC for the other ones? Bartcoin right here. Does he say FARTCOIN?
Is my favorite chart. And I don't...
Okay, he does have a beautiful beard. Now that he said it's his favorite chart, I like him.
mean specifically ADA. What I mean is this structure right here is what I'm looking for in my investments, and I'm looking for structures like this to make entries for long.
Is he? I hope he's sick right now. Is he sick? I need to give him some nasal spray. It's concerning.
Longs. So what is this structure that I'm talking about? Well, let's break it down for you. On the top is ADA on the daily chart from 2021 through present, and on the bottom is Bitcoin. We've seen this structure before. It's from 2013 through 2017. And what we see is you have your markdown, aka a bear market, markdown, accumulation, which is the bottoming structure. This is the exact same thing in Wyckoff accumulation. You get your sign of strength, which firmly marks the bottom is in. You get your sign of strength, your back test of the prior range, reaccumulate, move higher than the sign of strength, move higher than the sign of strength, back test again, reaccumulate, and then what you start to gruel your way higher with higher highs and higher lows. In my opinion, ADA structurally is basically right in this moment in here. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the story. And that's macro. That's what we call the markup or the phase E in Wyckoff accumulation.
Okay, just for the record, I don't think that that's Wyckoff. I think that he's just saying it's Wyckoff. Um, the Wyckoff chart doesn't match up with that at all. I understand what he's saying. He's just kind of using Wyckoff to describe like the price going back up over time. But that's not what happened at all. Like Wyckoff did not occur here. But I understand. I like the video. I feel like he describes things the same way that I describe things, which is a little strange. It feels weird. It feels weird to see somebody that looks like me.
And my macro targets for ADA are $6 to $8. But let's talk about the micro.
Okay.
Like as in right
I like
now.
that target.
And from this macro move higher, we've already gotten your markdown, and we've already gotten your selling climax.
Okay, I don't want to watch the rest of this. I'm so sorry. I like it. I'm not gonna argue with it. That's what Wyckoff is. Wyckoff is a specific pattern, though. I'm pretty sure Wyckoff has to be this in order for it to be Wyckoff. Wyckoff phases. Which, honestly, since I laid it over this, I kind of see it. But again, it's a very basic pattern. I would never try to sell this on somebody. See, that's a little bit trippy. Do you see how basic it is, though? Like, I'm not trying to be a jackass, but it's a very basic pattern. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an asshole. I'll leave it on here though. I do kind of like it now that we've talked about it. Go check that guy out for sure. I forgot to see his thing. Hold on, let me pull it back up so that we can give him proper credit. If you guys are on TikTok, go check out ya boy Skay. He looks just like me, but with hair. And he calls it ADA, which is fun. All right, let's go take a look at the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin. Currently trading at... Congratulations, Philly, once again on your victory. Bitcoin currently trading at 103,910 and 97 cents. Looking good. Bro has a crypto stream but can't read a chart. Phase E is parabolic. No, that's not it. You're making stuff up. Just roll the film, Crunk. Tom Selleck's code said he has a deviated septum. There's no way. Boo, 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 boo. Mr. Robert said, well, fine. If that's the case, I'll stick with 85% Bitcoin in my port. Tyler said, that's what Wyckoff is. Go use an exhaust as an inhaler. Tom Selleck's code said a true Wyckoff accumulation has selling climax, initial major drop with high volume, automatic rally, quick recovery bounce, secondary test, revisits, or dips slightly below secondary climax. Drummer said imposter. Tom Selleck's said spring shakeout often looks like a third hit or a lower low, but it's designed to trap bears and force retail out. Test confirms the spring had no follow through, sign of strength, and last point of support, where price finally breaks out and shows bullish conviction. Nice. Archangel 28 said yo 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 yo. How you guys doing? How you doing, Archangel? Happy Tuesday. I'm about to go watch the last 3 episodes of Andor. I'm super stoked for. Philly said, thanks for the congratulations, JJ. Of course, Philly. Congratulations. Enjoy your victory and your baguette. Ando's showing a little signs of bullishness. So is Ergo, which is nice. I like to see these alts kind of not give a crap about the overall market and just do their own thing. That's exactly what we want to see. Chili's crank into the upside. Look at that. I love it. ETH waking up some more. Let's go. Tyler said Tom went through all of that for JJ to say nice, LMAO. I mean, it's nice information, for real. It's... I don't want to be a dick and be overcritical of, like, this thing that Dick Wyckoff put his entire life and, like, work into, but that's too much for me. When I need to, like, go to college to understand all of this information, And I'm being facetious. I don't know if that's the right word either. That's where me and Donald Trump are a lot alike. Sometimes I just say shit and I make shit up. I don't know. Maybe I should be a politician. Um, when I need to like study something for like 2-3 years to like fully comprehend it, sometimes I feel like it's not worth it. And personally, I can get results that I want from trading without having learned all of that craziness. Now, will I be better having learned that or learning that? Probably. But do I need to be? Not right now. I do think that learning is important to living. I think that when you stop learning, you eventually die, which is no fun. So, Tom Selks Code said, enough about Wyckoff. How many X's ADA going to go up? Hopefully minimum. Where's it at? 10. 10 would be sick. But 8280, let me see. I would look for a 7 or 8. 7 or 8, I'd be happy. Like $5, $6, $7. But man, I don't know. Who knows, man? We will see what happens. We'll see what happens for sure. It's gonna be a fun time. I'm super stoked. I like that people are starting now to be a little more open to the idea, the concept of us entering a bull market rather than the bull market already having happened, or it's like a continued bull market and some of the alts just didn't move before for some weird reason. I much prefer the concept that we're entering a bull market right now and everyone's finally realizing, oh, that's right. Most altcoins literally have not moved off of their bear market lows, and they're starting to now, and everyone's like, whoa, we might be entering a bull market. That's what I like to see. Maybe it's optimism. Let's go look at that chart actually. Right here. This is what I'm looking for. This guy. Psychology of a market. Wall Street cheat sheet. So on this guy, I like putting stuff on here because then I can draw on it. Where are we right now? Maybe, I think it's either hope or optimism. I think we're either here or here. Because we definitely have been in disbelief for forever. Anytime anything happened, everyone was like, oh, nothing. We were in depression for like most of the past 2-3 years. We've done disbelief. We're either in hope or optimism, in my opinion. Belief. See, what's crazy, what blows my mind is looking at this, knowing that this is where people go, it's time to get fully invested. Like, I'm in disbelief at this. It hurts knowing that this is what people do. But I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? Everyone's got their own way of doing their own thing. They know their finances better than the next person. Let's put that bad boy up on here, though. If I go to the daily and I get to a cleaner chart, let's go to this one. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Spicy meatball. Where is this even from? Jeez. Holy cow. What is that from? Holy crap. Wow. Oh no. Okay. Dang, could you imagine if we recoupled to that? Came back down to like... Well, no, it would be pretty chill. Just sideways little chop to 98K. Over the course of like 3 months, that would suck. And then we spike up to 125 in June. Dang. Alright, anyways, I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. So, if we put this on here... Yeah, I don't know. Might have to stretch it out some more. Oh, I don't think I can. What if we're just in disbelief? Bitcoin's going to $500,000 this cycle. Ooh, that would be crazy. All right, let's make this a little bit smaller. Be a little more reasonable. See, you can't really put it anywhere else though. That long pause, really, you don't get a lot of options. I don't like that spike down. Hmm? I kind of like that. Yeah, let's do that. We are entering hope, and our target is 400K for Euphoria. Dude, that would be nuts. I'm going to leave this on here just for fun. Just for the meme. Nah, no, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get rid of it. And our bottom would be 60K. I could see that. Previous all-time high. I kind of like that, actually. But yeah, I much prefer the fractal. I definitely feel like we are in either hope or optimism, though. What do you guys think? Where do you see ADA short term? Optimism for sure. Yeah, I think we just hit optimism. The chart is the absolute opposite to the Wyckoff. It's markets, it's psychology. So, yes. It's less technical and it's more emotional. I agree. But I do think, as much as it sucks, I do honestly think emotions play a higher part in price action than technicals. Because people are, by nature, emotional beings. Unfortunately. My brother in Christ, we are not going to 400K. Who knows, man? Who knows? 250K maybe. Dude, anything over like 120K is a win for me. I think that's crazy. Tyler said, I think that was 2020. Wait. What does disbelief look like in the future that more people believe? That's like mind-blowing. Yeah, I don't know if we're ever, and again, this goes back to the whole bull market psychology thing. We're entering that part where people are going, I don't think we'll ever see X amount of dollars again. So Tyler said, but doesn't TA come off of emotional trading? Yes, but emotions change over time, especially depending on how the market conditions are. So that's where they're like, history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. That's where that whole thing comes into play. But I don't know, man. I don't know. What was I saying? Yeah, 60K for next bear market low. That might be crazy. We might never go below 100K. It depends on our target. It depends on where we go, man. It depends on what this entire bull market looks like. I really have no clue. I'm not going to bet on any solid anything. But who knows, man. Archangel28 said, currently waiting for ETH to break 2,800. Yeah, it looks good, dude. ETH is killing it right now. It's just shredding to the upside, like, without question. 28 is the number, actually. 28's the perfect number for that previous support turned resistance. This is a long-term trend line from October 2023. Long term. When we broke below that, it was pretty spooky. In February. Dang, look at that big, beautiful, juicy dip. This was it right here. We were doing all fine. Everyone was all excited. And then we hit this crazy. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, ETH is dead. And now it's going to go straight up. It's going to trap every single bear. It's going to liquidate all the shorts. And that was the low before the skyrocket. The Wyckoff, if you will. Tyler said this bull market could either be the biggest bluff or the craziest thing we've ever witnessed. Yeah, it's really interesting to observe from the very inception, especially with Trump in office, because he's playing into it so hard. And every time he said to buy something, like stocks, every time he suggested you go buy stocks have ripped. So it would be silly to not listen to him at this point. But if there was some weird ulterior motive, now might be the perfect time for them to pull the rug. I don't know, man. My conspiracy brain doesn't allow me to trust anything at face value, but trusting it at face value seems to be the way to go so far. Trump is like boosting crypto indirectly every time. It's nice, dude. It's so nice. I think crypto and the stock market go hand in hand now, and I think that they're trying to like intermingle as well at this point. I think the stock market knows that, and they're trying to integrate it. I think that we have a lot more retail power in crypto than we are aware of, and I think that that's why everyone's looking and they're like, "Holy crap! Look at those guys over there! Oh, whoa! Look at all that! I want some of that." So now all of a sudden, when crypto went from being like this Silk Road, they only drug dealers use it and criminals stupid bullshit excuses to like, oh, it's the future of finance. We should tokenize everything and integrate it with the stock market. Because they see all of the money. All of the money. All of it. That's nobody gives a fuck about innovating the stock market right now. What the fuck? They wanna I don't even know what you call it in the stock market. They just want companies for people to buy and sell shares. That's what they do. They want shares, they want publicly traded crap, and that's it. There's no innovation going on in the stock market itself. Now, the companies are innovating. That's great. But what if you could take that a step further and the actual like exchange of the stocks themselves? That's what crypto is essentially. You are innovating at like the smallest level possible. Does that make sense? It's such a weird thing to say. It's almost like changing the wallet. Wallets have not evolved in like ever. It's just a freaking leather thing that you put your money in. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to draw an analogy because it's such a strange thing. Crypto is like this next level internet, essentially. It's pretty cool though. Coinbase just joined the S&P 500, which is huge. That is huge, dude. That was crazy. You know what I'm super bummed about? I said to myself like 2 months ago, I was like, I'm going to start to accumulate Coinbase. Nothing. I did nothing. I bought 0. Another huge fumble. What about Ridge wallets? It's the same concept. It's a thing that you put crap in. They just change the material. That's not like innovative though. You know what I mean? Like the innovation between the stock market going on the blockchain is the equivalent of your leather wallet turning into your phone. It's the same exact concept there. That makes a lot more sense. Pop socket with wallet MagSafe for the win. I like my leather wallet. I like my stupid leather wallet. I don't even carry cash either. Like, which is new. That's a new development. I used to be like only cash. I just recently, because I just swiped the card. You know, it's just easier. Tom Salkscoat said stock market innovation is using crypto to tokenize. Hood is so good as an exchange. Like the tech is light years ahead of E-Trade, etc. My Hood stock has gone wild. Pop socket wallet. Okay, I'll have to look into that. That's actually sick. E-Trade always cracked me up. I always thought E-Trade was kind of silly. I think I tried it. Is it even available in the United States? There was something where I like witnessed it and I was like, what a weird user interface. It was so ugly. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could fix that for sure. Robinhood isn't bad, but after the whole GameStop thing, I can't take Robinhood seriously anymore. Like at all. Robinhood upsets me. They like tarnished the name of Robinhood. They did the opposite. They worked for the man under the guise of Robinhood, essentially is what happened. Archangel said, I can't imagine crypto in 10, 20, 30 years from now. I think most of us will be super wealthy by then. Hopefully. Taylor said, I said that too, and also MicroStrategy. I wish I could have a long-term bag, but I didn't touch and open in 15 years, lol. But I must do dumb shit, lol. Top Socks Code said, Hood is going to dominate the space, just watch. Oh, you're talking about Robinhood. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I think you're right. I do. They have a wonderful user interface and stuff. I don't like their business practices with Citadel and all that. That was nasty business. I don't like that at all, and I think that that's fucked up and stupid and shitty. And I'm a stubborn person. Let's see, Toby. All these bad boys are up double digits in the last 24 hours, but they have yet to reach previous highs, which is why my portfolio still looks like garbage. What do we got? What do we got? There's Pinlink. Go take a look at Pinlink. And Harambe. Okay, Pinlink looks good. Chilling at 93.62. Got a little M, little pullback. Are we going to do a W? There's potential there for that for sure. It might come back down and touch 80. See what happens. But it looks good. It's having trouble with that $1 mark. And then Harambe got a pretty decent spike down at resistance. I sold mine. It's up higher than where I sold, but it is what it is. Profits are profits. Gotta be happy. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. He's Ginger. JJ is a man with morals and values. I just think Robinhood is shitty. I don't want to put my money there if they're gonna dick around with it. That's not for them. It's my fucking money. You know what I mean? I don't leave my money in Coinbase either. I love Coinbase as an on-ramp. I trust them. But I will never, ever, ever leave any money on a centralized exchange. Because I watched Voyager and Celsius and BlockFi. I watched all of those guys collapse, FTX, last bull market. And I had all of my money was in Voyager. 3 months before the collapse, I moved it all, and it wasn't going anywhere. I was sitting there for like 2 weeks, and it just said pending. And I literally had to like berate them on social media. And the CEO of Voyager DM'd me on Twitter. I verified it. It was actually legitimately, I believe his name was Steve Ehrlich. I still have the DM. But he's not affiliated with Voyager anymore because they collapsed. But he said, send me your customer service number or whatever the fuck. I sent him that, and within an hour, my transaction suddenly went through. I'm pretty sure that literally left like on the brink of their collapse. That's fucking crazy. I should have lost all my money. Tremor said I've had multiple bad experiences with Coinbase. CDC has never done me wrong, but those goddamn fees, yeah, the fees are horrible. Did you send him nudes? Dude, that's funny. I actually have I have access to his DMs now. I should fuck with them. I don't know if he had anything to do with it, if I'm being completely honest. It was weird. The whole situation was so weird. All of those are weird. I don't know, man. It freaks me out. Tyler said he has a TikTok tube or his skin will melt off. He has to? Or his skin? Love the all black background. Oh, thank you. I don't know if I do love it. I think that's what makes my camera not look that great. But maybe if I turn the brightness up. I looked it up. I was like, why does my beautiful camera still look crappy? And everything on the internet was like, your background is too dark. And I was like, well, shit. Yeah, it's fucking all black. So, Tyler said he's a ginger. He gets a sunburn from a computer screen. That's true. That's true. Tom Selleck's Coat said every large company is going to bend you over at some point. Windows, me, Facebook, etc. What's ME? I don't do Facebook. Windows doesn't bend me over. I'm actually a MacBook guy. I'm on a Windows PC right now though for my streaming, but I built it myself. It looks like all the fun that we just had is dead, and the market's taking a poop. Yeah, they're probably coming down for this liquidity, honestly. 102.564. See what happens, man. We will see. ETH still looks decent though. Congratulations, Philly, once again on your victory. Guys, I'm probably going to call it. Market's not doing too much. Hopefully I got to step back on for an emergency stream. But we've been going for like 2 hours. almost hour and a half, hour 45. Yeah, we'll see if everything starts to wake up in a little bit. Look at Chili's. Woo! Told you, Chili's is gonna make a run for it. I'd say that that's a fulfilled trade right there. Man, I should have traded that. That would have been so much freaking money. Damn it. Polygon and Near waking up for some reason. We'll see what happens, man. We will see what happens. But anyways, I'm going to call it. The good vibes just saved you a roast. Keep it up. Appreciate it, TikTok too. All right, fellas. Tyler said call after this? Sure. Tom Soxcode said Millennium Edition. Oh, Jesus, I'm old. Archangel said, if you had 10K to invest in crypto, how much would you put on spot to hold and how much would you leverage trade with? I literally leverage trade with like less than 1% of my portfolio. I'm a spot guy. I like DCA. My leverage that I play with, I do play with leverage, but when I do, it's to accumulate, like to kind of just add to my DCA every week. And I'm never expecting anything. I literally only play with a couple $100 at a time. And sometimes I'm irresponsible. Sometimes I'm pretty nerdy. I don't know. But everybody's different. I'm just, when it comes to big money, I'm 100% spot. Well, 99% spot. But yeah. If you guys are interested, links in the description for exchange. Non-KYC. I recommend Bitunix, but Ourbit is also an option. Both affiliate links help the channel. If you guys want to sign up and trade, then by all means, have at it. Just be careful. Treat it like gambling and never invest more than you can afford to lose. All right. I'm going to call it. Again, hopefully I got to get on for an emergency stream. That would be pretty sick. Pretty exciting stuff. But, yeah. Appreciate you guys for joining me. Happy Tuesday. If Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Good night.